I've left Rodin quite early to come and pick Vera and Steve up, who are staying with me for the next week. And Vera's coming with me to Rodin-le-Bois tomorrow. So there we go. I've got a nice casserole made for them ready. The record, the moments are gone forever. But here we are at our second meal with salad, chips and the casserole and a bit of marrow from the garden with garlic on.
Delicious.
And this is salad from the garden as well. So,
Some lovely tomatoes.
and Steve's been today to Gage-les-Dampierre. Tomorrow we're going there as well. And you might do Argenton tomorrow then, maybe. That would be the best of the morning before the public come and the other artists arrive. And Vera is here with me. Good morning, Vera. And she's going to start a cafe painting, sitting beside me here using my paints. I'm going to just help her sketch it out first and then we'll get into painting it. But you've had a nice start to your stay already. We had a casserole last night, didn't we? And you've had a good night's sleep
Very nice, yes.
and a
Very
nice,
well.
nice trip here as well. Right, well, here we are then at Gage-les-Dampierre, and we're going to have a lovely walk around in the sunshine. Look at that swallowtail butterfly on there, look. That's a scarce swallowtail, that one.
Is it?
You can just see it over there on top of the buddleia. So this is some lovely stuff here. Rosie always gets something from here. Vera is now happy with her Belgian breakfast. She has a chocolate patisserie, because he couldn't get the millefeuille.
No, that looked a bit too much.
Then I make them all jealous and they're watching you nibbling that. Go for it. It's a film, not a photograph. We just enjoy. So we paint next. So we've got Vera set up in the ideal place. These beautiful scarce swallowtails here. 3 of them in the picture there, look. White Admiral there, which is lovely to see. And we've drawn all of this out, and I've done a broken colour sky starting from pink and turquoise, working upwards to the warmer blues with a bit of pink in. Then I put the deeper cooler greens in the background with a little bit of warm, and we're starting to put the highlights up. So now I want to just work on this tower, and we start with our mid-tones and dark tones and work onto the lights. So again, I'm going to mix a little bit of the magenta, and with this tower, just make it dark at first against here. So we've got the deeper tone down below there against that tree. It's not too strong, look, it's just strong enough to give us the shadow against the tree. The tree behind is a little lighter. I'm going back to my light green a minute, and I'm just going to make it a little bit lighter behind there with a bit of yellow as well. It's a bit mucky this colour now, but we'll use it. So just behind that tower, I didn't quite fit. You don't want to get the halos. I was saying that to you yesterday. We want to get rid of any halos. So I'm losing the halos there. And there's our tower. Now that tower wants to be a little bit darker on the inside edge. Take a little bit of warmth into that blue I had earlier, look. Burnt sienna here, burnt sienna, a little bit of brown to make that strong dark here. There we go, look, against that blue. Strong dark there, coming around the bottom here, right down into here.
Oh, it's so lovely.
Now we get the sunlight. So with the trees we had the sunlight. We can make the sunlight stronger on that still later, but let's just work. You can see how I'm working up. Right, now you want to be a bit warmer on that tower. So let's take a little bit, don't want to be too strong, a little bit of the burnt sienna again, and a little bit of the white just to get it going, and a wee bit of cadmium yellow I think into that, and look at that lovely colour we get there. Yeah, and let's just try that on the sunlit side of the tower. Yeah, cool. Like this. There we go, look. Yeah. And we bring that across and just feather it in. And now up here it's a lighter, it's actually a lighter blue-grey. We've got this colour here, look, we've got this lovely light starting to dry off in there, but we'll have a little bit of that on the tower there. And you see what I mean? Yeah. So you can work like that and build up your mediums to darks and then to the lights. I'm just going to do a little bit on the tower here just to show you the colour there. Yeah. Now what I'm going to deliberately do is use that very colour we just used, that lovely the lighter grey for a moment, and I'm just going to paint in the shadow of this, the whole thing, the shadow of that, a little bit there, all the way down there, and a little bit of the purple, paint's a bit thin, a bit of the purple into there to make the shadow. Let's get that going. The purple and a little bit of the blue, just to get the shadowed side of this. So there we are, that comes down there and right into there. Yeah, yeah. All that shadow there. Yeah, lovely. And then we'll go a little bit darker, take a little bit of Prussian into it. Because this paint's rather thin, it needs several coats to get this going, so a little bit warmer. Yeah, a little bit warmer there. Yeah. We'll get some of that. Yeah, just going to get this. Shadows and then the light against. I'm going to bring that all the way across here, like that, through there. So we've got our warms and cools. Wonderful. Here it's much lighter, but I'm just going to put those bits in. Right. Now, this is a slightly more golden colour than this. This is slightly lighter. So that's going to be our yellow ochre, isn't it, there? Yeah. And this will be slightly lighter. So let's just do that before I finished. Oh yes, I want to. Now this is reflecting the sky, look. Yeah. So if we take the same sort of sky colour in, so we'll just come into the roof here with that sort of blue-grey. We'll give it just one coat to start off with, then we can come back. That way you can see your drawing underneath. Let that dry off. You're going to lose it. Then you can build up. Yeah. So let's now take some yellow ochre and white. Our white first, then the yellow ochre. Yeah. And it's slightly warmer. We'll take a little bit of this, look. Yeah. And we just bring that down. So like that, lovely. So, and then warmer, so a little un peu plus to the cadmium yellow. You see? So now we have the difference, the warm and the cool. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. You have fun. I will. Those are techniques that were fun to see. The broken colour as well. Lovely light. Yes, well done. You've got it. You've got the technique, haven't you? Isn't it smashing though? This paint this way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. I'm just. I'm sort of making up the river bit.
Right, so the problem at the moment is it's light against dark and we've got dark against light.
It's not
so let's go back there to the deep purples straight away, and a little bit of green into that, a little bit of blue into that to get it what we want. It is warmer, so a touch of brown, but you've got too much brown and green. Come back from the palette there. Much more green, yeah, much more blue-green. Try to get myself into it again. That's it, back to here. Now this is quite dark here, so let's start with these against the background. You see, this is what I'm getting at, that we've got the dark much darker under here until we come round there, way dark. Take some of the Prussian blue down into here, and it's much deeper. Look how dark that goes there, look, and down amongst the shadows. That same shadow can be down here and down behind here, so that's as dark as you want to go down there. It's much darker than here. That's the point, that we're going, you know, that we've got lighter, bluer shadows here and darker ones here. Now take that same very deep blue, warm shadow down here, and this is where we're going to find the stream. The stream is down here, where you got a bit lost, and we'll use that same dark just to mark the tree trunk here for the minute. We can do a smaller brush for that at the end, but just want to mark where things are.
Yeah,
so there we are.
Tree trunk.
Yep. So we've got that dark here, and we've got the dark behind here that's also a bit warmer as well, behind that house, coming down there. A little bit of water just to make it move. You see how much darker that is there, and here as well, a little bit darker into there. So I'm going to find these darks first of all.
I don't like that brown there.
No, we're going to lose that in a minute. I don't want to do. All I'm doing is just marking things out at the minute. And then we've got the shadow coming down here behind the. Now that's even deeper still, and I'm going to put a deeper purple into there. I'm going to make this even warmer still down here. Very, very dark. Take some of that deep blue and we're going to use that for the shadows in here. The shadows under the tree before we put the warmer blues, the warmer greens on. And that's going to give us that lovely green. People don't realise how much blue there is in greens.
Yeah.
Down here, the dark bits. And again, down here, very warm. So we take our very dark warm again with the Indian red or the burnt sienna, and that's going to be a bit warmer down here. And I'm going to deliberately use that shadow to come right round here, round that tree there, down here. And I'm going to put a wash over here so that I can just put my greens over it afterwards, just so I know where I am. We're going to change some of these greens in a minute, but we're leaving those leaves up through here, right up into there, explode the branches, make the branches come out like they're an atomic explosion, right up into here. It's a warm green up there, and the cools that come then into here. Remember, one colour reflects another. You see the differences in greens we can get. Yep. So warmer, darker here, all the various blues. Don't forget those blues in the shadow. Yeah, the deep blue shadows, and the warmth amongst that.
Yeah.
Light. You have to wait until the light comes out. It's coming behind that sun.
Bright now.
Yeah, it's gone behind. Here we go. We're coming out again now. Look.
Well, not on the chateau, but it's down.
Yeah, but it's just about coming out from that cloud. Here we come. So
on this tree here.
yeah. So again, we can come in there with the yellow, green. I won't do too much more. I just want to. You've got to get these colours, this variance of colours, dead on right now, because that's quite blue there, and that's quite yellow there.
Like that.
Here we've got a lovely.
I want to show
there we've got that lovely.
In there
that's right. We've got those lovely orange. Look at that orange, yellow. I want to get the differences between the blue greens and the yellow greens. There you are, there's your brush.
Wonderful.
So look at these differences between the darks first, then the mediums and the lights, but the warm, the bluey green here, which I haven't done, it's almost that colour there, look, is here on this tree, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, so you try and get that. did my last work, painting from here and this tree right the way around here, taking in a panorama into one 2430. We could have fun playing the lights against the darks with this, couldn't we? I'm going to just help to whip in these colours quickly here, the lights and the cools and the warms a bit. So, because it's getting very hot now and I don't want her to get too warm into this canvas covered up for her quick so that she can continue into this. And these darks that are coming down here, we'll just mark them in at the minute. Don't want too much, just going to hint at it, just for the moment.
Yeah, I've lost that tower there.
Yep.
The back tower.
Here, a bit of warmth, just hinting at them. Down here it's warmer. Now we've got it. Look, watch things linking. So you think there's no green in here, but actually, yes, the greens will come into here to link.
Yeah, I know.
You see how that links?
Yeah,
the same here. Bring the green loose and we can gradually tighten up. You need to paint around that tower.
I'm going to do that.
You cannot find where the food goes. So Vera's finished one of her first landscapes outside on plein air, and it's beautiful, and I think she'll be very pleased with that. We are at Gargilles-Dompierre, and she's done a very complicated picture, but we've managed very well, and I'm sure she's pleased. I am.
Delighted, absolutely.
Well done. And you've learnt all about what today? Shadow, colour in shadow?
Yeah, shadows, the blues in where the greens are.
Yeah, different greens, warms
and
and
the
cools.
lighter bits.
Yep.
And stone.
Both sides, there's several beaches.
But for coming on the right is probably high.
Well, to get... It had all the history, has now sold to be done up. And somebody's going to have a lovely job there later. Just down by the bridge here. One of my favourite places to paint.
Ça fera 9,36 €.
At last. That's great, yeah, you go for it. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
It's fun.
It takes a bit of practice. But it's pretty, isn't it?
That's beautiful. Yeah, it really is.
Let's go the other side.
The reflections.
Yes.
Of the bridge up.
Nice reflections, as you say.
Peter, I love that.
I missed him.
And then these in the foreground.
It's decision time as to what composition. So Vera's just making a start on a water. So I've done a light drawing in pastel, and I've put some pink pastel over the top, which might seem mad, but you're going to see why in a moment. I'm going to use my water, and I wanted to show you how fluid it is. You can see we can start to get that onto the brush immediately. Plenty of water, don't spare. It doesn't matter if it trickles down the paper because you're going to be able to go over that afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I choose a colour for that. So, for instance, I just picked up that colour there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be more blue in a minute, but I'll just get some
to get that.
with verticals, and then come in with the horizontals and the light afterwards, which is a bugger in watercolour because you've got to do dry brush, you've got to work it. But here we haven't got to worry because we can do this in reverse. These are lovely colours. Warm comes into the underneath here. And I'm going to bring it down right through the roof here, and I'm going to bring it into this side, to the shadow. Lovely watercolour techniques we can get in with this before we even start. And it's your choice as to how you use these, whether you use them or not. And again, the lights and darks to make wonderful textures on the pastel. Take my rake and some water and get the thing going, that's it. And we'll work it in, and we can drag out these textures. We're just letting one colour, we're not going to touch them because I've got pastel on, enough pastel on now that I don't need to blend it with my fingers. Now here the same, we can find these cool colours, right like that, with the shining down here. If we need darker colours, we can come back in with the deeper. At any time, you can decide to come back with the brush. So at any time I can say, I'm just going to deliberately do that now, but any time I can come back into this and I can say, right, I want to use the brush again to draw with. Anytime you can come back in with that brush, and you can add and then go back in with pastel afterwards. So don't be afraid just to do that. Yeah, you're going to have some fun now, aren't you? You go ahead. Happy? Good?
Very,
Yep.
very.
Doing well.
Yeah, I'm very happy with
It's a nice
it
way to
now.
work, isn't it?
I think it's
So don't be
looking
afraid
quite
to use the
good.
brush if you need to again for
Yeah.
the textures, you know?
Yeah, I haven't so far.
Okay, santé then.
Okay, cheers.
Now we're having a little bite to eat at the Hotel de Pêcheur at Seldamois, and we're doing a lovely pastel at the moment, which we're happy with at the minute. It's going well, isn't
I
it?
am, and I've looked at it from a distance.
It looks-
Mezze.
You have a mezze?
Hummus.
You're a messy mezze?
Yeah, this is hummus,
Yeah.
tapenade, olives, coleslaw, and little toasted brioche.
And that is what there, you say?
This is tapenade.
What's that?
Black olives.
Oh, black olives. Oh,
With
is it?
olive oil,
No,
and
no,
it's
yes, sounds good.
beautiful.
I've got some mushroom soup here,
You've
which
got
is probably,
champignon.
yes, like we had last night, the soup that I made. So we'll have I'm going to have a plat after this, so I'll probably eat mine faster than you will yours. It'll work.
Work.
With a little bit of help from Prof.
My own.
With a little bit of help from His Majesty. Indeed, your first proper water and pastel, I suspect. But another lovely one to take home as a picture postcard. Tonight then, it's the moule marinier with a nice cream sauce, and I think my guests are enjoying eating again, and I'm going to sit down and nosh mine now, so you lot can go away. I promised them, and they wanted a big English cooked breakfast, so we have tomatoes, mushrooms, onions, fried potatoes, fresh tomatoes from the garden, of course. Over here, English sausages, fried bread become English bacon, eggs, and she wanted a fried banana as well. You've got enough there to last you for the morning, have you?
Prepared to eat like cyclists.
Nice big English breakfast by request, even with bananas. Whoa! You're going to manage it all, I hope so. That should just do us, yeah. Anything you fancy?
They're beautiful looking cakes, but I think I'm too full to have a cake just now.
think after that full English breakfast this guy would not, but there we go. Can he resist? Merci. We're testing the wine here. Quel magasin? Le nom ici?
Les vins et délices de Marie.
On Aiguronde. So, santé.
Price 10,50.
Okay. George Sands and the marionettes, the puppets that I hadn't seen before, just upstairs from the shop. Little models. Wonderful. I must take them to the house now. And a short while ago this wildflower meadow part was full of coquelicots, full of poppies, but now not so interesting but different.